Yo guys, what's going on? So got a video for you today talking about why I think green will legitimately be the best deck coming out of BT4 and once we get the new starter decks as well here in English speaking territory. So there's lots of reasons for this. In my opinion, I think it is because of, well, these cards you see laid out here and then some more I'll talk about in a second. But okay, so first of all, even just going into the 1.5 format, which will be late February of 2021 for us English speakers, you have lots of very versatile cards. Okay, so you got Mimi here, of course. Mimi allows you to basically break a mechanic of the game, right? You get to have 2 raising phases in a single turn, and it just makes this deck already faster than it needs to be. As well as Davis. Davis isn't like neither of these cards are like super broken, but they're just very versatile and they can work in like any green strategy. And like that's the thing about Digimon, and it's both what makes it good and like what makes it almost a little bit dangerous is that the game is so generic. All of these green cards you can play in like any green deck in any variant, and that's the holds true for like every color, right? It's just very generic, and that's why it's fun. That makes deck building very nice. But at the same time, I think Bandai needs to be like careful about like what cards they release. So I got, for example, one example of why green is so good is because you've got all these level 4s here, right? I got Gargomon, Stingmon, and Kabuterimon. There's more that fit this category as well, but you have multiple cost to Digivolve level 4s with good inheritable effects. Stingmon's inheritable effect is amazing. Gargomon's is pretty good, and Kabuturimon's is good too. But whereas every other color for these 1-cost champions, they're all vanillas. Like I got Terurimon here for yellow, and blue and red, and all the other colors have similar equivalents. But green is the only color that has champions that are 1 cost to Digivolve and that also have an inherited effect, which I think like that in itself is just one reason why this deck is so good. And now moving on to the ultimates, we got a similar situation, right? You got Metal Tyrannomon, Okuamon here. Again, there are many more. There's Lilymon, there's Rapidmon, there's others that have the same setup where they are ultimates. They're level 5s. 2 to Digivolve, which is on the lower side, right? You would expect it to be a vanilla, but no, they just have great inherited effects. If this Digimon destroys your opponent's Digimon by battle, get +1 memory. That's amazing. If this Digimon kills level 6 or more, it becomes